All right, so we're back with another one of those trade deadline rebuilds. This time it's of the Miami Dolphins, a team that seemingly got desperate. I get that they like, a little bit of speed on the edge, but really kind of makes you wonder why they didn't go for someone like Zadarius Smith in free agency. No draft picks required and cheaper and probably more productive. I mean, I can't say, hindsight's 2020 or whatever, but assuming Zadarius Smith would stay healthy like he has so far, we knew he was going to be better than Chubb is right now. It's not even a question. So you're taking that risk of injury anyways with Chubb, and you had to pay that high pick, and the contract's crazy. It's like a 5-year $110 with $63 million guaranteed. This could be similar to the Bud Dupree situation with the Titans, but I suppose at least the Titans didn't, waste a first-round draft pick and whatnot. But as far as the team goes, obviously one of the better passing attacks in the league, maybe the best, with Tua playing really well. Tyreek Hill, even the thought of some people who weren't even memeing saying that Patrick Mahomes made Tyreek Hill was just laughable. It was. If anything, I wouldn't say it was the opposite, but if you were to say who saved who more, it's no question Tyreek Hill saved Mahomes way more. How many times we've seen Tyreek Hill just get so far behind the defense, and even though the throw wasn't perfect, he would just get to it because he's so freaking open. Tyreek Hill is insane. Waddle's having a great season. Honestly, don't know who their number 3 is because I don't think it's technically Wilson. I don't even know if he plays much. Mostert, another guy that you're taking a risk with injury on, but he stayed relatively healthy so far, and he's played pretty well. Gesicki, you can see why. Wait, did they actually pay Gesicki? So they didn't yet, which, I mean, at this rate, it doesn't seem like they will. I knew they tagged him, but I thought maybe they tagged to sign him, because obviously they didn't tag to trade him, because he's still there. Trade deadline's passed. And offensive line, not seeing that bad from the interior, like Connor Williams and Robert Hunt, and Armstead, obviously, but left guard, right tackle situation definitely needs to be improved. Thought maybe that's where they would have went in the trade deadline, but instead, of course, they went with a pass rusher being Chubb. That first-round pick, also a little surprising, they actually sent San Francisco's first-round pick, which, if I'm not mistaken, usually teams, if they have multiple firsts, they end up trading their own pick because they're like, you don't want to bet against yourself, right? Maybe they just see it as like a... I don't know, though, because it's weird. It's like, you're basically saying you think the Niners are going to do better than you, which I know they're in opposite conferences, but if your goal is to win the Super Bowl every year, then you should automatically think, okay, we're pick 32, they're at best 31. So it's a little weird that went the way it did, but I suppose in rebuild sense, Chubb, definitely not worth that first-round pick, but he's good enough in the game. Obviously, 82 finesse, 81 block shed. He's had a decent start this year. I just think, outside of literally the year they drafted him, right out the gate, I don't think he's ever really been worth a first-round pick. And I know pass rushers go for a lot, but even with this technically being his best start to a season, I don't think he's ever been worth a first-round pick, so it's a little crazy. But they got their guy, cornerbacks. I don't think Byron Jones has played yet. Xavier's not been, his normal self. D-line, Wilkins has been pretty good. Phillips has been pretty good. Phillips and Holland have been really good players for them, and they're kind of cornerstone pieces for this defense already, but you definitely expect if this team is going to go anywhere that it's going to be by the hands of the offense. So I can kind of see why they wanted to go Chubb, try to add some help to Phillips, and maybe it ends up becoming worth it, but I just don't know. I don't think Chubb is ever going to live up to a first-round pick. However, Miami is headed to the playoffs right now, so it's more not just the first-round pick, but the fact that they also had to pay him that makes it that much worse. It's really, really rough, but hey, it is what it is. They've got him now. All right, so a little bit of a voiceover for the next 6 minutes, which is kind of like the season. Mike Gesicki needs a contract, and the way he's playing in real life right now, I cannot imagine that this team gives it to him. Normally, I kind of just go off of what Madden is sending me. I try to keep it realistic value-wise, but in this case, I think I'm going to go with real life and not re-sign him. Of course, you can see there, not a bad season. Ended up making the playoffs. Here is, kind of how the games actually went. Pretty good season. Obviously, we had the help of the real-life Dolphins, but finished even better than them. Mostert, very bad. Receivers, especially Wilson, very good. Gesicki, also pretty damn good as well, but once again, I don't think I can make that play. Offensive line, sacks allowed, very low. Chubb, 13 sacks, could go to superstar. Also, I think I solve it a little bit later, but instant starters on. So Jalen Phillips gets cucked this season from playing, kicking, punting pretty good. Award wins, though, you guys kind of know the trend if you've seen those stats. Unlikely to win anything, and that's exactly what happens. Going against the Jets, who we are 2 overalls higher than, though, for our playoff game. Up 14-7 early on in this one, 21-7, 28-7 at half. Not a bad start against the division rival, to say the least. They do get a touchdown, though, in the fourth quarter, and it's looking pretty good. Okay, they kind of made a little bit of a push, but kind of ultimately just didn't score. Not a great game from Tua, not a great game from Mostert, but similar to what he's done in the regular season. I mean, not a great game in running for anyone, really. Just not a great game at all for the offenses. Just really not great at all. Quentin, solid performance. Pick for Sauce. Got lost in the sauce. Of course, ended up winning. Nice to see it, as we are now facing off against the Chiefs, who are 2 overalls above us now. Kind of flip-flop there. And speaking of flip-flops, up, now tied 14-all against the Chiefs of all teams, especially in Madden. That's like going against God. 21-17, fourth quarter, down 3, tied up. Defense has made the stop, and we kick a field goal up by 3, 2 minutes left. Oh no, this is going to at least be an overtime play or a loss. Here it is from the 21-yard line. Gotta stop them, and they get the touchdown on the very first play. We do have time, though, and it's now our time to try and get down the field. And what a throw to Gesicki, who's driving down here for us. Man, it's kind of hard not to re-sign him when he's doing that. And then this, wide open on the field. Gotta get down. What is he doing? Fighting. 1 second left from the 5 for the win. In trouble. And the ball is going to go down well short of anyone's hands being catchable. And ultimately, we're going to lose in the divisional round against a very good Madden team. Just unlucky, I suppose, because we were right there with them. Just they ended up scoring more than us. Sometimes, you just get outplayed by a little bit. Who can get, the last points on the, board, the last drive, if you will. We were kind of forced down to get down there very quickly with a little bit of time left. Tua with a dev up, which is nice. And then Bradley Chubb, kind of the 2 biggest talking points of this rebuild, Tua and Chubb. And they both go up in dev year 1, which is really sick. Going down is Xavier Howard, though, sadly. Team, a lot of potential, but once again, a little scary. Because there's a lot of non-good devs and a lot of lower overalls. But after year 1, getting to the championship, or near the championship, if you will, not a bad start, obviously. And then we end up using our money on a left guard, the strength man, if you will. And, of course, more money headed to Tua, giving him that 5th-year option, trying to save us some money from not having to re-sign him right away. Now in the draft at 26, we need help on defense, specifically the D-line. Ika is going to be our man. Haven't used this class in a bit. May have been updated once upon a time. And by once upon a time, I mean recently. So I don't know what his dev is, but he's at least hidden, and he's super strong. We also trade up to 42 using a 3rd-round pick, which we are going to try and pull the Jets, ironically enough, and grab ourselves kind of a Breece Hall-like clone, if you will. And he's going to probably be pretty good with that speed and trucking, and he is, as he is hidden dev, 94 speed, 95 excel, which is absolutely insane. Then, one of the biggest positional needs, because we let go of Gesicki, we go Laporta, the tight end, who is hidden development trade. And then we trade Raekwon and some picks to get to the 4th round, or up to the 4th round with the Bears. And with that pick, we are going to go with a safety Skinner, tall, young, and developable, normal dev, sadly, but lots of potential there, as we're going to end the draft pretty much with that. We do have a couple of other picks, but they're all pretty much normals and guys we've seen before, and by pretty much normals, it was just one. It was Harrell, which, fair enough, Ika, the DT, Tucker, the really high overall god tier starting running back, Laporta, the new starting tight end, Skinner's probably going to play the starting safety spot, Harrell will be the return man / probable slot or close to slot because Cedric Wilson's still here. But look at Tucker's ratings. I mean, that is insane. All right, start of Season 2, finally with actual live comm, because, I forgot to click record because I had to end recording because it's a whole thing. Because They didn't let me start Jalen Phillips or Tyndall. I redid it, and the game still changed the depth chart on me midway through the season without me asking. So great stuff there. Obviously, the team, maybe the offensive line sticks it out for the rest of this thing. I don't know. Laporta, a better Gesicki in a way because he has more potential. He's younger and faster, but needs to get that catching up. Wide receivers, bunch of superstar pluses. Not that Cedric really counts. Tucker, lots of potential. Running back, lots of potential. Tua, of course, 82 overall now with, superstar dev, which is nice. Chubb, 83 overall with Phillips at 81. Who would have known? Maybe Tyndall and Phillips would have been gods if it wasn't for all that nonsense. But potential with the team, enough talent right now. I just worry a little bit that we're going to lose Jones and Howard just before we get good enough to win it all. And that would be pain. 31 mil, please tell me we have no one to pay. And a few. Wilkins, who's asking for more than he's probably worth. Connor is asking less than he's probably worth. Same with Robert Hunt. A fullback. Okay, so there's actually a lot. It's starting to add up. As they go down, there's more and more and more names. Should we wait a little bit because we can't do them all anyways? No, we can't. Damn it. I like to just not deal with it, right? Austin Jackson, a 3-year 15. Nice. Not bad. What about Wilkins? How good even is he? 83 block shed, 781 power move. It's a lot of money for a guy that's like above average barely. A 2 years 26? I'd do that. 13 mil per year for 2 rather than, for 3 is actually pretty big. Man, this team's kind of broke. And we have to find money for Tua at some point. That is not fun. Robert Hunt, kind of cheap-ish. And do we even have enough money for Connor Williams? Probably not. Wow, we are broke, bro. We are the brokest team going. The team wrong. Where's all the money? Is it just Chubb? Chubb and Tyreek? Should have absolutely went with Connor before we went with anyone else, by the way. Holy crap, we're selling. Oh, and Noah Igbenogany. That's fun. It's lovely stuff. We'll solve it. I'd imagine there's somebody that's really expensive that we can get rid of next season or we're forced to get rid of next season. Probably. Hopefully. All right, not so good of a year here as we finish the season 7-10, which is just fantastic. Taking a look at how our season went, losing to the Commanders, Chargers, Bills, Jets, Chiefs, Bills, Titans, Bengals, Cowboys, and Patriots. Some pretty tough teams in there, in fairness, and also beating some tough teams. Man, how is, every team and, all the good teams in the NFC not just, winning every single game? The AFC is so much harder. To a pretty bad season. Tucker, same scheme, way better than Mostert, so I'm excited about that because that could be superstar dev. Laporta, nowhere near as good as Gesicki. So I will say with this playbook set right now, it kind of seems like, the better the players, you actually are getting better stats, and it's not just completely stat dependent. I swear to God, if Avery started over Phillips, dude. What is wrong with this game, dude? What is wrong with it? I actually don't understand. Bro, what do I do? I actually don't know what to do. I don't understand what's going on. I honestly don't understand. What is going on here? Why did this fix? Why did it change? I don't understand. Oh my, this game is so annoying. I honestly, I don't get it. We have injuries off. I don't know, dude. I'm actually losing it, man. I'm actually losing it. This is pissing me off. This is really pissing me off. Can anything go right with this game? Anything at all? Phillips is being wasted. It's back-to-back seasons where he didn't even play. I'm not going to have backup edge rushers anymore. No backup edge rushers. No backup linebackers. I'm just not even going to do it. At least Tyndall played. Had to do a double take. So I thought he missed as well. It's actually... I'm going to have to bump Phillips' ratings by 4. I'm going to bump his finesse by 4 at least. Because he's literally missed 2 seasons of being a starter because the game sucks ass. Worst actual game for $60 in the history of gaming. It's pretty insane. Colts over the Panthers. Pretty crazy. All right, let's take a look at the DevOps. Tucker, probably. Bunch of touchdowns, good yards. And he is Nothing else on offense. Defensively, nothing there either. Howard at least staying a little bit more alive with that superstar anyways. No longer X Factor. Skinner actually went up, which is nice. I didn't even notice that. That's kind of massive. It's actually pretty sick. What's his age? 23 now. That's still fine. It's still fine. All right, 12 mil. I'm going to have to take a look and see if we can release anyone to save some money, but no Igbenogany based on our cornerback needs going down the line, I think is the number one need for the team to re-sign first and foremost. So a 4-year 20, and he's a number 3. Maybe he takes his chances in free agency. Instead, though, you're guaranteeing money, so why not take it? Alec Ingold's going to be gone. Connor Williams, I would love to keep. Wow, his value increased by a lot. For the money he wanted before, 2-year 15, worth it. 3-year 30, can't do it, dude. I'm sorry. He's a good player, but how broke we are, we can't do that, dude. Curious to see center. That's a position we knew we have an F at that, but curious to see free agency, but obviously we are way too broke to make any plays, so all that juice, and we can take a bite. Weird way to put it, but you got it. You know. Now we can do Waddle's 5th year option. I don't even know if we can afford it. I really don't know where this team's money is. It must just be the players that we literally have signed, which surely makes a lot of sense, in fairness. Another 5th year option. Who is this? Jalen Phillips. I mean, he hasn't played yet. He literally hasn't played. I'm going to say no because, once again, he hasn't played. It's not his fault, but, like, what's even the point? So, we own pick 7, and with most of the rebuilds I do, I completely forget about that simple fact that sometimes we aren't good, and we end up with a bad pick. This could still be a trade down. There is a 6'4" corner, which, in a user league, especially since he's pretty decently fast, easily goes top 10, because that is just busted. But here, where we're not even really looking for corner just yet, do I do that move? I mean, it's a little early. You definitely are stuck with Xavier Howard for a while, but Leonard is still pretty good. How old is he? Is he 21? If he's 21, I'm taking him. He's 22. I don't know if I'm taking him. But 6'4", maybe he's busted. Like, maybe he has, like, X Factor or something. I don't know. Green Bay offering, kind of selections that I could not refuse. Pick 7, a 4th next, and Eichenberg for 30 this year and 62 this year with a 1st next year, which I don't know if it's going to be QB. They have like a 75 overall quarterback right now. Could still be QB, and is not as a cornerback. Sweeney. The corner looks cool and all, but it's just too early for us, I think. It's just a little too early, so I'm not going to go with him. They might even make him a normal dev because he has so much potential, right? Oh, he's still there. Maybe I do, actually. Damn, dude. There's wide receivers on my list because why wouldn't you want 3 wide receivers with pretty much 99 speed? That would be pretty busted, but his route running and all that kind of seems like trash, so I'm not going to do it. You know what? C's. Maybe not. C's, though. 6'4". Little light, but 6'4". Yeah, whatever. We're going to go for him. Marquell Leonard. And he is hidden. 93 speed, 87 jumping, 6'4". Maybe we have ourselves a lucky little pick. Let me just say that about that. And with this pick, it might be a little early, especially since we don't technically need a middle linebacker too, but Byron Colbert does look very, very good. Very athletic, a bunch of different A's. A to B zone, which you would probably assume is A because you see a lot of those guys with A zone, yet they're not really close to A. But those are the types of guys that are usually hidden. So I'm going to take a guess on them, and we do land a hidden development trait guy. Gotta admit, though, agility and change direction, a little iffy. My DT's still there. We kind of need DT or interior. He looks pretty damn good. 22 years old, 6'4", 286 with an A finesse. And sadly, normal development trait, but still potential, especially if that finesse is actually really good. And now we've got a bunch of options at lineman. I don't know what to do. I think maybe you just trade down and look for the best, remaining and just grab them. Add more value, because I don't really know if I have a true blue answer. Run block sucks here, but Tracy looks really good with that pass blocking. We'll say Will Adams looks awful. And then Craig Huff. A little bit better of a balance, not by much, though. I don't really think any of these guys are, like, clear-cut, must-grab players. I kind of want to leave 2 of them so we can, I wouldn't say guarantee a hidden, but typically when we have 2 linemen that are on our list, we get 1 of them hidden. That's what I at least hope for. So I think I'm going to actually go with this Buffalo pick. I actually really like this interdivisional business, and we're going to end up, selecting whoever is remaining near the end of this round. If there's, anyone's there, if we have to trade up, we will. Sherrod. You like that? White running back. He's a 6 to move up 2 spots with the Raiders, and I'm going to grab a lineman. It was getting a little scary for me. There's a couple of lineman teams in front of us, and I was like, yeah, if we make the trade up, we should. I can't remember who I wanted more. I think it's Huff. 22 looks okay. I think Huff was the better of the 2, though. Right? Technically. So, Craig Huff it is. Welcome to the squad. Hidden development trait, 87 strength with okay speed. Still kind of want Tracy, though. So, we'll see what we can do with that. Crap, I didn't show, but we ended up getting a pick 1 in the 4th round, trading off 23 in the 4th, and then whatever the equivalent of our pick for the 5th round was, to end up selecting Scott Tracy. 22, a bunch of A's in the pass block. He sucks in run block, but it's fine. Scott Tracy, also hidden development trait, also 87 strength. 2 hidden linemen maybe makes me regret re-signing some of the guys we did. Robert Hunt specifically, not to name names. Oh, but wait, he did. Oops, 6th round. I don't have anyone here to select. That's interesting. Didn't even have this guy scouted, but super fast. Abdul Maxwell, why not? 96 speed. He drops off from there, though. All right, we are now officially with $2 million cap. Not a great look. 72 overall, 75 overall, 70, 72, 73, 68, 68. Let's take a look at Leonard. This guy could be a freak. Wow, his tackling sucks. He is big, but cannot tackle. Let's take a look at that, Dev. Please just be like God. Ugh, star is not really what I was looking for. Byron Colbert, the linebacker. Really good block shedding, actually, but zone coverage, coverage rating's not super great. Middle linebacker, 2 out the gate. Tyndall's been ruined by EA, and now, with this draft pick, a little bit by us. Please? Star Dev, that kind of sucks, but it's okay. I don't know who's the better player here. We're going to have to kind of look at this. Very similar players. Can we get to the blocking? So, pass blocking is so much better for Tracy, but the run blocking, just with, you gotta, lead block is lower, but lead block doesn't really matter for a center. They're close. I'm just kind of hoping one of them has better dev, I guess, because actually, who's younger? Huff is younger, isn't he? Huff's definitely going to be the guy if he's younger. He's also already wearing a center number, so why not just keep his ass at center? And then Tracy, who is actually a higher overall center, but he's 1 year older. What's that dev like? If he's superstar, it's kind of cheating, but he should start, right? He is only star. Yeah, I think Huff starts just for that simple fact that, once again, you got that 1 year younger, and I felt like for center ratings, Huff is better. Byron Jones to the Falcons to join A.J. Terrell for pick 90. They miss Casey Hayward. It's the second best thing. We save 10 mil. We get to start our youngster, right? Because, Noah's kind of like a slot guy anyways. It works out for everybody. I might also release Crossan. He's pretty fast. I might actually trade him for a 6th. Crossan for a 7th round from the Bears. All right, year 3 team. Not looking better, but it's looking younger, which we absolutely need because we're kind of getting broke. We have to pay 2. We have to pay Waddle. Well, we don't have to pay Waddle just yet, but it's getting there. He's a 94 overall as well, which is not a good sign for re-signing. This could get ugly, but hopefully we just see consistency from Tucker, see consistency from Tua, and that's really all we could ask for. Everyone else, obviously we'd love for them to be good, but the other 2, they absolutely have to be good. Really would be nice for Chubb to get, keep doing well and keep going up in overall. 28 years old, 88 finesse, still fast, superstar, 85 overall. Kind of getting close to that fair value that, the Dolphins obviously had to pay trade capital and, or draft capital and obviously the contract they gave him. But 83 overall, dude. I don't know. I don't know if it's enough. All right, we are 6-4, which is not a bad start. Phillips, I don't I don't mind. Well, I don't know what I'm saying. I don't expect he's going to want to stick around. Holland, a 5-year 75 at this rate seems low, but if he wants to take it, I am down. 71 mil left. Uh-oh. Tua's like, do I really want to stick around? Even though this is like the best wide receiving group in the entire league. 5-year 170, can't wait, love to see it. I actually don't even know how much that is. I kind of just keep clicking until I feel like good things are going to happen. Oh, it's only 34 per. That's not terrible. It's not terrible for either side. A lot of backups. So we actually do have a ton of money, but once again, Waddle needs to be paid. That's at least 20 mil per year. Still do have these two fellas. Baker only wants a 3-year 18. He is kind of on that level of talent, right? Like, he's not super great. 3-year 18's all right. 3-year 19 anyways in this case. Phillips, has he actually played this season? Be great to see him. Don't tell me, bro. I swear to God, dude. Like, where's the setting? Skill level, game type, league type, instant starter. Oh, is that? Don't wait. If even all user player, I don't know if that's the same thing or not, but that's now off, thankfully. Don't tell me that's what was doing. Well, actually, do tell me that was what was doing it. Tell me that was the issue. Like, that's all I even want to know. Like, just thank you. I really hope it is. But even then, it wouldn't make sense that Tyndall would start over Colbert, though. Because Colbert's a higher overall. So I don't understand. Like, that would just make no sense. But, man, this rebuild has been interesting to say the least. I will say, even with instant starter off and everything fixed, he's still kind of playing like crap. But I think if he wants to take the deal, a 10 mil per year type of deal, I would be down. I don't care about your accountant or your elbow. So I'm a bit of an idiot, but here we are into the playoffs with a loss sending us not in the playoffs. Wow. Yeah, this has really gone well for us. I'm really smart. Now, here's the thing, though. The only thing that's technically been changed is the middle linebacker 2 and the sub right end. So it's not like we've had the wrong quarterback, running back, wide receivers, all of them in. It's only 2 positions. And even then, when we've had the wrong players in, Ogba has actually played pretty well anyways. So we are still just kind of trash in general. But yeah, I'm not really doing this team any favors. Let's just put it that way. I suppose the question mark really was, can Chubb elevate this team? And so far, as long as, for his personal stat line, kind of seems like he has. So that's, kind of where we are there. At the end of the day, look at Tua. I mean, that's not great. It's good, but it's not great. Tucker is great. The receivers outside of Tyreek were pretty great. Waddle, maybe X factor. Probably not, but maybe. O-line was pretty great. Pass rush, like I said. So even though we have the wrong scheme, right? Phillips, 2.5 sacks through 8 games. He wasn't making that much of a difference anyways, even though we just paid him. 750 snaps, and he had 3.5 sacks, right? Chubb was okay, not great. Ika, very good. And an Ogba, kind of the hero of this team. Baker, that's a dev up. Glad we paid him. 14 for 17 for the kicker. Kicker turn touchdown, 1. So yeah, I don't know what it's going to take to get us over the hump, but I suppose, considering we weren't even that great last year, losing a guy like Byron Jones and some other players, I suppose it'll do it to you, right? As far as DevUps go, sadly, or best awards, which lead to DevUps, none. Sadly, none. Another weird Super Bowl matchup, the Titans and the Seahawks, with the Seahawks winning it all. Very interesting. Could Tucker go to X Factor? I'd expect him to. Definitely would. But it doesn't matter what I expect because he does not go up in dev. Then the defensive side of things. Is it too late for Howard? How old is he? 32 years old. He might have saved... Oh, he's kind of trash anyways. Might have saved himself, though, with that X Factor dev up. And then Noah Igbenogany surprisingly got to Superstar. I don't know what the hell he even did, to be honest. What was his season like, actually? I don't remember. Maybe tackles, perhaps? 95 tackles, 0 picks. Okay, I'm not really sure how the hell he dev'd up, but that's interesting. But at least we figured it out. Auto or Insta Starter is on, even though it says, you know, if you're a user or whatever, you'll start, you know, when you're not supposed to. It's kind of weird. I don't know why the hell that was even on. I don't know if that's just like a new thing where it just auto starts, like literally like it auto starts on. But yeah, that was not appreciated, so I'd appreciate that not happening next time. We saved some money, and we are going to need it, so we're going to try to keep that money to pay guys like Waddle, because we see guys like Waddle in free agency quite often. I do not want our rebuild to feature that, though. And even though I love Ogba, if this is a huge save, we got to get rid of him. Oh, 17 mil, dude. A 15 mil savings getting rid of him. Like, you kind of have no choice. You kind of have no choice, right? Like, with Wilkins, that's 31 mil for, you know, kind of average play. I know he has a bunch of sacks, but, you know, for his overall, at least. I still think you probably get a 4th-round pick for him, though. You know, if I'm comparing him to kind of like Robert Quinn compared to, you know, what Quinn has to do, I mean, Ogba's doing just as much, if not more, with a tougher scheme, you know? So we're going to end up trading him for a 4th-round pick. Probably a bad 4th-round pick, in fairness. So the Cardinals have no J.J. Watt. They have a green interest on Ogba. We get a 4th-round pick off of them. They're a little bit better than I would have expected, but fair enough. Antoine Edwards could be the starter in replacement of, you know, Ogba, but I'd probably look to draft someone pretty high here. Saving a lot of money there, so maybe even signing someone in free agency. Man, what could have happened with Phillips and these linebackers? Who never knows? Yep. 90 overall is the highest here. A lot of wide receivers, not really our need in the slightest, other than paying someone like Landon Dickerson, who's actually not asking for a lot. Can't really make that play anyways because we have like all the linemen we need and they're all kind of paid up. I don't think we can spend any money here. I don't see how it makes sense unless there's, once again, some sort of sneaky DT here, but they're all kind of old and not really much better than what we already got going on for ourselves. So I suppose the draft is going to have to cut it yet again. If we started the draft, we have pick 18, and we have 77. We use those to move up to 12, which we are going to be taking a defensive end, who's technically kind of like a DT, whatever, interior guy for a 3-4. And yeah, we're going to be taking him, hopefully sliding him right in at left tackle, or left end, and making the guy that we currently have at left end, who's like 23 normal, 72, 73 overall, and kind of just making him a wasted pick. 6'3", 291, 21 years old, strong, decently athletic, I suppose, with an A block shed, B power move, hoping for the best. We do get hidden. I've seen a lot of these types of players with normal, so that's a huge win. And automatic starter right at the gate. And then because we traded with the Packers last year, we also have pick 21 in the first round. I'm debating on the other DT, but I don't know. He's, block shedding's kind of iffy, and, he's strong, but I don't know. Is he 21? He is 21. I actually am going to take him. Screw it. And he's also hidden, which is massive. It's big because Wilkins might be gone after this next re-sign batch, and with that being said, we'd pretty much be set, right? I'm trying to think of who the D-line is. We'd pretty much be set with these two rookies developing, so that's pretty clutch. There's also, once again, just like last year, some pretty solid linebackers, but sadly, once again, we just don't need that position. Dallas is going to move down to 59, giving us a third next year for the pick. I'm absolutely down with that. I was kind of trying to get to the third round, but, that works too. And with that being said, I'm going to take David Ball, who looks decent. He's a 3-4, so probably could get him around 10 in the third, but I can't be bothered to trade down again. You could debate that the trade we got for that third next year was already too high anyway. So David Ball, 21 years old, could be a tackle for the future, and he is hidden, which is pretty clutch. Looks pretty decent. He's a little like a mixed bag, right? He's got some good run block or pass block stats, some good, run block, and he's got some bad for each side as well. So it's interesting. He's kind of just not a finesse guy, which it's kind of what you want for a tackle, but it is what it is. And you know what? Screw it. We're going to take Gentry anyways. I don't care. 21 years old as well, in fairness, and also hidden development trait. Maybe he's just a backup for a long time. We could always use the depth anyways. But I suppose Baker was a 3-year deal. He's probably got 2 years left, right? I think, if I'm not mistaken. And then a day 3 corner, a little raw, but Slot corner, we might need one as Xavier might be gone soon, moving, everyone want to slot up. A catching, I always say, if you got A catching, you're a good player. Philip Parsons, first normal dev of the draft, but still hopefully a good overall. I wanted to back up running back. I didn't really expect to have to show the pick because I didn't expect him to be hidden, but apparently he is. All right, draft recap, please be a high overall, someone. They're okay, I suppose. Running back 6'7" overall, and then I grabbed some quarterback who's terrible. Let's go with Phelps, who is the left end. I believe he will be our starter. He's very good Excel, strong, good block shedding, but very raw on that power move. A 71 power move, which is a little bit of an L, but once again, automatic starter for now at least. Ooh, a superstar. Okay, I don't know if Borum's going to catch that, but let's take a look. 21 years old as well. Better of a power move guy than a block shedder. Also insanely strong. What's his dev? We landed 2 superstar pluses. That would be busted. Well, don't have to worry about that. I didn't think we would have had to worry about it anyways, but there was a sliver of me that was like, just maybe. One of these times, And yeah, I don't think David Ball is going to be a tackle for us. He's going to be a big old guard because his finesse blocking sucks. And his dev is star. Who else did we land? Oh, yeah, Gentry. How many damn players did we land here? LaMarcus Gentry. Decent zone coverage. Block shedding's iffy. Jumping's good. Catching sucks. But was that finesse and all that? Yeah, you can't develop as a pass rusher, but he'll be a backup middle linebacker. Tyndall was literally wasted by us. What an L. Star development trade for the linebacker who probably won't see the light of day. Oh, the running back, I guess, as well, who I thought was going to be elusive. I know he's bigger, but even though he's a big guy, I'd seen that he was the fastest of the bunch. He was like a 4.47 or something like that. What else do we have? 30 and star. Yeah. Star probably doesn't really matter, but it catches your eye, right? You see, you're like, hey, star dev, hidden development trait, sick. Philip Parsons, he's all right. 72 catch, 70 press. Pretty good player. All right, Season 4, we've at least figured it out. No excuses this season. We're still developing. We're still playing well enough. Just missing the playoffs by an inch. Just by an inch. Offensive line, Terran Armstead could be gone after this season. Would save a ton of money, which we might need. Waddle needs a contract. Tyreek might need another contract. And then defensively, there's probably somebody... I don't know, and maybe not actually. We've paid up a lot of guys, and obviously Howard, he's gonna be gone before we have to re-sign him. All right, he's really expensive, but thankfully he actually got X Factor because man, not really worth that price tag right now. Let me tell you, 48 mil. Is this Waddle time yet? It is. Waddle, Wilkins, not bad to be fair, but I still don't think. Oh, definitely not gonna pay Wilkins. 4-year 90, I don't even know what that money equals out to. A 4-year, $100 million deal. Boom, easy. At least we got our salary cap situation fixed up. We will lose Christian Harris, who we just signed in free agency. We will lose Tyndall, who we didn't use at all. We will lose Wilkins, that we have a replacement for. But we will save 22 mil. Well, it kind of turns out having the right players, actually starting helps, but not by much. 10-7 is really not much better than we were already doing, and obviously we started the right players this time. You know what? That's pretty bold of me to assume we did something correctly. I don't even know what to say. If we don't have the right players for this one I'm going to be so pissed. Oh, this could be the year, dude. 39 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, 4,600 yards. I haven't changed any of the schemes. I feel like, oh, Lord, I might have actually messed up because if Harrell's on there. Laporta, though, not looking bad. I feel like we played well enough. Phillips, finally! He got to play. 10.5. Chubb, 8.5. 8.5 Chubb, nice. Ika, 8.5, who's not even really a pass rusher. Phelps, he's not really a pass rusher either, but pick totals are low. Sanders' miss totals were not low, which is nice. Gillikin, who's like always the best punter, did well. 666 with 2 touchdowns. I'm sure that's not cursed. Yearly MVP? Where was he? Tua is at 6 with a season like that? Wow, that's a bit harsh. Best quarterback, maybe? He was very accurate. Hey, made a Pro Bowl. That's pretty nice. Could go to X Factor. I would hope so, at least. Jefferson's a Colt. Sweet. Any awards, please? Anything? I don't think we had one this entire damn rebuild. But you know what? We do have a playoff berth, finally. Who are we playing against? I kind of ignored it. Steelers. I mean, they seem to turn it around. They might have went for like an established quarterback already, which it doesn't seem to be. But yeah, I mean, I'm hoping to win and I'm expecting to win, but it is us after all. Come on, give me a nice 4-year rebuild. Lately, we've kind of done 5 years and then not won at all. So a 4-year win would be nice because it would at least entail a win. 10-7 at halftime. We get a nice touchdown drive there. It took a long time. We scored 14-10. Defense looks like they're doing their job, but offense is not scoring. 17-10, and defense carries. Defense just carried that game. Oh, wow. I zoomed. I left the building. We got a bunch of upgrades. I may actually manually do an upgrade for once, but let's take a look at the actual stats there, because I'm kind of curious to see how the hell we won a game 17-10. Usually in Sim, we got to put up like 30 or 40. Rookie quarterback outperforming Tua. Nice. Tucker, pretty good game, actually. Receiving, we pretty much got outplayed at like every level, it seems. Yet we're the ones that won. Interesting stuff. Kicking. Oh, there it is. Sanders the God. Kind of. All right, they were 12-5 in fairness. Who are we playing now? Denver. I mean, once again, I've said it in previous rebuilds, all right? I'm not trying to say one thing is easier than the other, but the Broncos, I mean, that's a favorable matchup. They do have Will Anderson, though, in fairness. Not exactly the guy I wanted to play, but here we are. 3-0. Denver getting 7. 10-7. Nice. I like the scoring. 10-10. That's a nice touchdown before half by them. Can we break the freaking streak, though? We can't score. Score. Okay, down by 7. Got to make a stop. There it is. 3rd and 6. Here it is. Season on the line. Playoffs on the line. Super Bowl on the line. My sanity on the line. It's all on the damn line here. I'm glad that the 2-minute warning hit, because this looks way better for us to stop. I'm not saying it's a guarantee, but it looks better. And that is an amazing play by the youngster. The team has a chance. Maxwell, super speed. 2 touchdowns for kick returns this season. This is a punt return, but same, kind of. Let's see it. Oh, last second I held right bumper. Don't you damn dare. Is that Patrick Surtain? And we're going to dart that one to Waddle, who's pretty fast. Gaining about 6. Not really a whole lot there. Kind of want to run Tyreek now. Oh, that's a Tyreek wide open play. He might be a good corner, but Tyreek is a lightning bolt. Could it go to Laporta? The guy that's kind of the odd man out on this damn receiving group. It is not going to. It's going to go to the wide open Tyreek, who, once again, keeps moving the ball forward here. Pretty easy offense to score with, it seems. Not going to lie. I mean, look at how open these players are. This is crazy. It's on all freaking Madden. I mean, the speed on this team's insane. Harold could actually be like the game winner here. Well, maybe not winner, but you know what I mean. And that is, I mean, it's just, it's pretty good coverage, but Waddle's just so fast. Like, what can you even do? Perfect throw on top. I'm really worried about the clock too much here. Harold the corner. I don't know if you trust Harold. Tua on the run, of course. Every damn time you hit sprint, they instantly get you. Like, would they really have the awareness, you think, to actually make that defensive play? Stay in bounds. Oh, he threw it late. Still gains 5, gets out as well. Good play by Tucker. Good throw. Half-temptedly want to just run the damn ball here, but we won't. And there it is. Tyreek over the middle, and honestly, with how good this offense is, do you not try to end it here? I know they have 3 timeouts, but do you not try to end it all right damn here, baby? What would you run, though? This actually looks pretty busted, though, doesn't it? And there goes Harrell, of all players to throw to when the game's on the line. Right with a guy in his face. Harrell's the one to go to, and this team is up by 1. Cover 4 scares me, but at the same time, what else are you supposed to do? You're supposed to not give up the play over the top, right? Ooh, did he get the feet there? That was a 3-second play for like 10 to 15. That's nuts. Because if they get something deep down on the field, you know, they have the timeouts. Boom. All right, 1st and 10. If they don't, I mean, it's going to give them a chance at a hail. Oh, no, no, no. I mean, you could try something short, but I feel like that's too risky with 4 seconds. We'll see what they do. I don't want to, like, play off too hard here. You can have the nub off if you want it. Wow. Well, I kind of just sold that. I sold that hard. Thank God it wasn't even close. Headed to the championship. Sure, we kind of had to clutch up, but if it wasn't for the fact that these receivers are so fast, we probably wouldn't have, to be honest. Our track record this season for trying to clutch up in these spots, not so great, believe it or not. Yards, 157 yards, 2 touchdowns for Tyreek Hill. Tyreek killed it. Pass rush actually went in our side, our favor, with Chubb going against his former team and getting the win. Championship round, who's it against? The Chiefs. Interesting. Chiefs usually in it, which not a fan of. They did have to play in the wildcard round, beat the Colts, beat the Bengals pretty easily. This could be bad, but here we go. All right, the other side is Tampa and, surprisingly, the Vikings, a team that almost never wins in Sim. Will it matter for us, though, as we are facing this Chiefs team that is very good at scoring? We lost to them with a pretty unfortunate 5-yard fail last time we played in the playoffs. Here looking okay. That could be enough, and it will be, to move on and head to the Super Bowl. Ironically enough, kind of around the same points they scored last time. This time, though, we had just enough in us to put up a little bit more, and the Dolphins are headed to the Super Bowl against, well, I don't know, because they, 2 teams on the NFC side haven't played. Tua with a really good game. Tucker, pretty good. Obviously, Edwards-Helaire had a pretty good game, too. Waddle, a lot of yards. Love to see that. What was Laporta? 2 touchdowns? We take those games. You know, not a lot of catches, but touchdowns are big. So if you're catching touchdowns, you're doing something right. And, yeah, to the Super Bowl. Who is it? It is the Buccaneers, kind of as expected, in fairness. Let's take a look at whatever kind of dev-ups we may have had. 10-7 Buccaneers team. That's good for us. Dev-ups, none on offense, it appears. It kind of felt like there was, but nothing has changed. And then defensively, was that a dev-up for Skinner, Phelps, and Leonard? If I'm not mistaken, Matthew Phelps, he was already superstar. Since when? Since when? I don't even remember this. I left it for a day, and I'm already completely lost. But Leonard definitely wasn't superstar. He went up to superstar dev, which is nice. And then Skinner, it's actually kind of rare for us to get dev-ups for defense, yet here he is as a superstar dev safety. He's really turned out pretty well for us. Can the Dolphins, who kind of pull the Rams, if you will, win a Super Bowl with that same-ish formula? You know what I mean? Where they went with draft picks for, you know, true talent, if you will, instead of just drafting only. You know, trading quite a bit for Tyreek, trading quite a bit for Chubb. It's not looking great, but there's still a chance. 6 minutes left. Penalty. Penalty, look, you definitely know Brady's not there because penalty's going against the Buccaneers here. And a touchdown, but 4 whole minutes, 3rd and inches. I'm not trying to dictate the game, but, I mean, I just want to know they're blitzing here because, like, at this point, you have to bring it all, right? Like, everything you own in a box to the left. Wow. We really brought a lot there. Leonard Fournette all the way to the 18. Blitz up the middle. Where does he go? Right up the middle. Huge play of 60. They do not get the 2-point conversion on the touchdown, giving this team a chance. Wow, that clock really drained. I'm going to come in and try to win this team a damn Super Bowl here, baby. Come on. Tyreek, maybe. It is Tyreek. It's overthrown, but Tyreek gets out there and catches it to the 24. What a play. It was an overthrown ball with 0 velocity. How that isn't intercepted, I don't know. Like, that was an equivalency of, like, a tipped pass. That's crazy. Laporta could be my guy to get us close. And he is catching it down to the 2. 15 seconds left. You protect your quarterback. Yeah, the first thing they show me is under center. Yeah, I'm going to go under center here. That's a smart call. You protect this damn quarterback, and you throw it 4 times if you have to. You can't run it. You just can't. Everyone knows it's not a run. But is that not the best time to run it? Is that not the best time to run it, though? It is! When you get in, barely. Touchdown, Tucker. He's got 90-plus trucking. Who else can you trust? Wow, the ball sack on us to do that is nuts, dude. And wow, there's nobody on the second attempt. What even is that? I mean, literal, Randy from South Park meme there. I mean, that's crazy. Especially since, was it our last rebuild where we tried something like that and it failed? I don't even remember, but wow. To win a Super Bowl like that, I mean, yeah, sure, we had, 2 nice little plays in there that got us, the touchdown, but the AI also kind of set it up with, getting the stop on the 2-point conversion, which would have ended up forcing overtime, and also getting down the field quite a bit themselves. They just didn't call timeouts. They got down just as quick as we did. They just weren't using the time correctly, so that's why we came in. But the Dolphins are world champions, and ironically enough, showing Bradley Chubb there. What are the odds of that? Because I don't know if they showed Jalen Phillips, did they? That's pretty insane. Of course, wearing number 2, I believe, for the Dolphins in real life. And, yeah, got a little, not a little bit of heat, but 1 or 2 people were a bit mad by me having Hawkinson with the wrong number last time. I knew he was 87, or I thought he was 87. I just forgot to change it, simply put. I just forgot to change it, but we didn't really see him specifically, really. We've seen his player. That's really all that matters. We didn't see his actual number often, so it is what it is, unfortunately. But Cameron Ward, I mean, both quarterbacks didn't play well, but Ward, 2-point conversion fail and the interception. Really unfortunate stuff there. But he's younger than Tua, so, he'll get it down probably. As far as, some of the stats go, they had quite a bit. Well, I guess we had pass rush, too. Bradley Chubb with 2 sacks in the Super Bowl. I mean, that's what you're paying him for, right? That's what you put all of those chips up for. The draft capital and the actual contract themselves, itself anyways. That's what you did it for, right? That's the whole reason, and it pays off as the Miami Dolphins are world champions with a team that still has some a little bit of juice left. Of course, this is a bit down the line, but it would still be considered a win, right? Like, you still have the original trade pieces of Tyreek Hill and Chubb making you look like a pretty smart GM, right? But let's take a look at these ratings before we head out of this rebuild. Tua looking really good. Break sacks a little iffy. Who gives a damn, to be honest? Play action, who gives a damn? But his accuracy is pretty good. Throw power really didn't go up much, but +1 to throw power. He's 87. Tucker, very good player. Did he ever get juke move up? He didn't, but 96 trucking. He got at least 1 speed. I mean, he's literally like a way faster Leonard Fournette, which, I mean, I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, but in this case, I'd say it's good. Tyreek Hill, very fast still. Very good route running still. Dropped a little bit, but, still really good. I wonder if Waddle's max speed. Surely he is, right? 99 overall? 97 speed, 98 excel only. It's pretty low. Like, is that not what he, just already starts with? Probably, no? Really good route running. Deep's a little iffy, but, release. Only an 80 release. That's terrible. That's actually really bad. Laporta hasn't really started too much here. He's got more time under the, belt, but needs to get that catching up. Route running's already really solid. But obviously a lot of potential there. And, I mean, these offensive linemen are all kind of like backup level. So, they're starting. I'm a little surprised we actually made it. I mean, we do have a lot of juice. There's a lot of firepower at certain positions, but we're also a little weak at certain positions. Putting our faith in some linemen here that I will say Austin Jackson's finesse blocking is amazing. Really didn't have a long-term future, to really work with. I'd say at best, a guy like Hunt and a guy like Austin Jackson at their ages probably max out at 86, 87 overall, literally, like I said, at best. But it is what it is. We ended up winning a Super Bowl. Chubb, 87 overall, 91 finesse, 83 block shot, 91 strength, 85 speed, 89 excel. He's worth it now. Looking at those numbers there is worth it. Played really well in the the postseason, but the last two kind of regular seasons, a little iffy, not going to lie. Skinner, 24 years old, 85 zone. Didn't really go up in like any of his athleticism stuff, but just a little bit. And obviously, superstar dev, huge player. Let's take a look now at some of the other guys like Phelps. He's obviously super young and such a high, potential high future guy. 87 block shed, really good, strong. Had himself a really good Super Bowl there, obviously. Leonard, 6'4" as well. A lot of tall players on this team now. Pretty good man coverage. Got to get that zone up, but once again, super young, so plenty of time to do it in this realm. Ika, 85 overall. We tried to get his power move up a little bit, and he got it there. 81 power move, 87 block shed. Really good for his age, so not bad at all. Once again, more potential down the line. Colbert don't really care too much about. Phillips, though, he actually went up really high considering like the first year and a half we didn't even use him. He's literally like outside of, the strength department, pretty much the same as Chubb already with a higher ceiling, which is pretty absurd considering, like I said, that whole not playing thing usually drops you down quite a bit. No Igbenogany, another really good man corner. Glad we re-signed him. Most of these rebuilds, he just never does anything for us, but it's because you got Byron and, Xavier. You can't really get rid of them, right? And, of course, Javon Holland, absolutely insane. Technically the best defender on the team. Do we have anything with special teams? No, Gillikin's always a god, so don't worry about him. But that's going to be it for this Miami Dolphins post-trade deadline. I know it's a little bit, it's quite a bit past that, that time they traded for him. Rebuild. If you guys have any other ones you would like to see, I don't think I want to do one on the other side where it's like no Chubb. And, they had the first-round pick. That's like, the Dolphins, the Broncos are kind of already, like, in a spot right now. And, how much does that really change? The Lions, maybe, because Hawkinson is a pretty good cornerstone piece. Maybe, I don't know. Probably not there either, though. If you guys have one, let me know in the comment section below. If not, we might get back to some of the regular, scheduled, realistic-style rebuilds that we've never completed. And some more like kind of fantasy draft challenges or challenge rebuilds in general if you have any ideas for those. Always listening for something fun. Anyways, that's about it. Thanks for watching. If you guys enjoyed, maybe leave a like, subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr, second channel, Pkr Plays. And if you're not new, really appreciate your continued support a ton. And that's going to be it. Probably some sort of video tomorrow, I would imagine. I don't know, but check it out, I suppose. That's about it. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys come back next video. But until next video, see ya!